Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of My Little Conversations. My name is Wanshiko Edna, and I'm the host. And I have just realized like you'll always be busy as an adult doing things and trying to, make yourself useful or make money or succeed in some sort of way. But you know what? You make time for those things that are very important to you, whatever the case. So, that being said, I am very busy once again. I have so many things to do. I feel like just crying fast, but crying would help me. I need to actually go back to what I am meant to be doing. But this is also important to me. So, yeah, I am here recording. Do I have anything to say this week? Imagine I don't really have anything to say. Yeah, I have had the craziest week. It imesonga so fast. Considering March is already here, crazy. I know. Like, I didn't think Feb will go by that fast. But in hindsight, and something I learned yesterday, um, sometimes it's very easy to just see what is ahead and not realize what you have gone through, good or bad. And I'll just give an example. February has been so long, but when I look at the beginning of Feb, I realized Feb has been so busy, but in those moments of busyness, there's been so many pockets of happiness. Like, great example, beginning of Feb, like I think on the 8th, I went for an orchestral concert. It was everything and more than I hoped for. Would I do it again? Damn right I will. And if anything, if you follow me, I might actually just post the poster that they're going to do next month or end of this month on my stories. Yeah, by the way, so if you haven't followed my IG, that's at mylittleconversations.ke. You most definitely should. So anyway, yeah, I was just saying sometimes it's so easy to just look at what is ahead and seeing that there's so much to do. Because right now, if I give you the list of what I'm supposed to do, you'll be like, what? You have a lot going on. But then just taking the 5 minutes yesterday to just scroll through photos I've taken in Feb from like beginning, I'm like, damn, actually Feb was so beautiful. Feb was so fun, was so amazing, was so full of good things. Yeah. So I honestly imagine I have yapped all that thinking I will get something to say, but I don't really have anything to say. Probably because my mind is just also all over the place. But oh yeah, I think I can talk about this. Something I had, and I have been trying to sit with it and comprehend it, is the power of asking shamelessly. Like, once you master the art of asking for things without shame, without caring whether it's a yes or no, like asking and it's out of your hands, you're waiting now for the response. Utakome, you'll have a bro, you'll be far in this life. And I'll just give a mini story, and then another mini story. So first of all, I had this somewhere online, someone talking about it and saying, if you never ask, your needs will never be recognized. No one will know. No one will even have any idea. It's like the most blunt example I can give. It's like you're hungry and you're in your house. But you know, if you call your friends and tell them you're hungry, they'll either give you money to buy food or call you over for food. But you don't tell them, they can't magically know that you're hungry and you need food. So just the simple things, just ask. And so in what's a word? In relation to asking, you should put yourself out there shamelessly. And this brings my second mini story. So last week, was it last week or last week but one? I think last week I went for a hike and it was really fun. Like, that place owes me nothing because hey, I spent my entry fee perfectly because I did absolutely what I went to do there. And it was really amazing, really fun. And let's say, like, more than halfway through it, I started talking to this guy, just random, like, it was someone I don't know, like, we had never talked before. And we started talking, and he was telling me about how his parents have pissed him off because they had told them to enroll his younger sister into a program because she's a creative, she likes singing, blah blah blah. And the parents sort of don't want to put their daughter in a position where she can grow this side of her. And he was so angry, and I just, like, tuliongea to the point where I told him, me myself, I'm a creative and I did computer science, but bro, the creativity in me just sprouted and I took other directions, and I ended up again in a creative space, sort of. And with all that, he ended up telling me, you know what, send me your work and then I could give you a job that is a lot for me, and we see if we can work together. And I was like, sure, definitely. I was so excited actually. So we continued talking, we talked. Then towards the end of the hike, I went to my friends and started talking, and he also went wherever. So I got home, like, I think, no, actually, I think that same day or the next day, I was like, damn, this guy told me to send him my previous work, and I don't have his contact. I don't have an email address. I don't have a phone number. Zero, nothing. I have no contact, no way to contact him. So I sat with my thoughts. I was like, wow, okay, what do I do? So when we were going down, before now, I went to my friends and he went his own way. Um, there were three of us now when we were going down after he told me to send him my work and my previous work. So at my first thought was, I ask this guy to give me the other guy's number? And then I was like, okay, that might be a bit weird because also maybe he doesn't have his number. So now what do I do? And like, I knew this guy is dating a certain girl, but I know how girls are sometimes. When you go to this girl and be like, oh yeah, your boyfriend told me to do this and this, so could you give me his contact? It will, I don't know. Girls could get easily pissed if you do that. Only if you're petty though, but I don't know this girl, but I did, we're in the same group, so I knew I could get the contact. So I was like, okay, you know what? That was on Saturday. So on Sunday is when I tried to figure out. On Sunday now I had like both options on the table. Either ask this guy, who the third guy we were with, to send me the number, or ask the girlfriend. And I was like, okay, I might actually ask this guy and he doesn't have the number. But this girl might like talk back at me and get the wrong idea or whatever. And on Sunday now, I sat with my thoughts seriously. And I was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And on Tuesday, I was like, you know what? Not on Tuesday, on Monday. On Monday, I was like, I'll just go with where I'm sure I'll get the contact. And I was like, okay, how do I go about this? Because I can't just be like, hi, Edna. Let's assume she's called Edna, although I'm also Edna. Hi, Edna, give me Nani's number. That's just so weird. So I think on Tuesday, I was like, by Tuesday rather, I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll just text her and I'll be like, hey, Nani told me I forward him my portfolio, so here it is, please forward it to him. And of course, if my portfolio precedes me, I need my contact in there. So my contact is in there, my email address and my phone number. So I wasn't just sending it blindly and then he will tell her to tell me, you can't do that. You can't make it a whole chain of communication. And I think she also realized that because she is a mature person. I realize that now in hindsight. Although I didn't know her, I still don't. So I couldn't just have asked for their phone number. If you get what I mean. So I know this feels like a lot of overthinking, but I am just I wasn't in the headspace to argue or to just rub someone off the wrong way. So I like worked from my overthinking POV. So anyway, I know she like according to how we spoke, she was like, yeah, I'll just give you the contact so that you can communicate easily. And yeah, she just sent me the contact. I don't even think she opened the portfolio to forward it to this guy or anything. And after that I was like, okay, I freaked out for a minute because I don't know who I'm dealing with exactly. I don't know if I'll get cussed at ama nitambua wewe unataka kuiba boyfriend wangu. There's some girls who just do that. I am a girl, I know how we are sometimes. So anyway, yeah, after that I was like I actually breathed out because nilikuwa nashikilia my breath like this waiting. Yeah, and I was like, okay, this went so much better than I expected. And I began to ask myself, like, what if I didn't, quote unquote, shoot my shot and just decide to text this babe and ask that she forwards my portfolio? Ingekuwa an opportunity that I wouldn't have ever been sure how it will go. Yeah, I wouldn't have known, like, would I have gotten it? Would my portfolio have been sent someone else and I got something else to do? I'd be in the dark. I'd have so many what ifs that I wouldn't have answered. And sometimes that's what shame does to you, or being scared of asking. And sometimes imagine you just have to ask. Sometimes you need to put your shame aside and just ask. And whether there's somewhere I had someone saying shame is a mindset, and I feel like I agree because it's all in your head. Imagine once you decide this shame thing will just not precede me, will not take over my life, I will do whatever it takes. Then you move shamelessly, and life becomes so much easier, and you navigate things so much easily. It's actually crazy because it's, I don't know, you just ask and ask and ask, and the worst answer you'll get is no. But it's worse than it's better. Getting a no is better than being in the dark about something. You'd rather say, okay, I tried, I put in the effort, it didn't work out, well and good, rather than being like, okay, I didn't even try, what would have happened, what if I just sent it, what if I just tried. Yeah, there's no room for what ifs, by the way. You just need to try and ask. Ask. Try. And don't be ashamed about it. So, yeah, I hope you learned something from this. I definitely learned this from that incident and the other person online who was speaking about asking and the power of asking. Yeah. So follow my socials. They're on the bio. If please do. Then that way you won't miss out. I'll even give notifications of new episodes. Yeah, and there'll be fun things coming up. So make sure you like this episode, comment. Yeah, and I also want to know your views. Like, what kind of person are you? Are you a go-getter forever, shamelessly? Does your shame prevent you from um running after those opportunities? Or wait, what was the third one? Like, where are you on this scale? Do you ask and ask and ask, or you're scared to ask, or it just depends? I know sometimes I'm in the middle, but I want to lean towards asking shamelessly. Yeah, so please follow this for more. And thanks for listening and getting this far. Bye.